you can get away. One is the numbers, not only do they not lie, but it's nice to know where you stand in this market. Because it's really difficult to know if you're doing good, bad, or ugly. Unless you got numbers to back it up and see what the industry's doing along with our peers, our colleagues. And honestly, we got to see what we're doing. So if you don't mind, go ahead and start that slide, please. Hey, hi. All right. First things first. All right. You see that negative? That's not a good thing. All right. Down 9.4% in all closed sales. Right. So this is what they're doing. They're basically saying this year, right? This year, if it was against last year this time, we're down almost 10% in transactions.
Right, that's number of transactions, right? No
Transactions, yeah, that's correct. Now, the median sales price hasn't changed much. Have you guys noticed the prices are not really moving up or down too much?
Yeah.
Although I think they should probably be a little bit down, right? I mean, they're seeing active, right? You're seeing active listings sit on the market. And you know what I've heard? I've heard nationwide it's 79 days. 79. Yeah, crazy. You're gonna see what there are in our market, but back what 3-4 years ago, it was weird if it would lasted more than 7 to 9 days, right? Things were flying off the shelf. We know that because of inventory and all the rest of stuff. But inventory is way up. Next slide, please. So we're looking at the detached market overview right now. If you look at closed sales, down 6.9%. And year to date, down 0.4, which is not bad. Okay, so it's kind of holding its own. Next slide, please. You're going to see some differences here now in the attachment. If you guys haven't noticed, I've probably saying it for the last 3 meetings. It's hard to sell a condo these days. Is it not? Condos are getting really, really difficult. You got HOA problems, you got insurance issues, you got deferred maintenance issues, you got special assessments, balcony. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. Well, it's showing in the numbers right there. Down 14%, right? Usually about 800 closed sales in this month. We're at 689. For a total year to date, down 6.6%. I think these numbers are going to actually increase in a negative way, just so you understand. Right? Next month, we're going to see these numbers. In my opinion, you're going to see another double digit down from last year. Now, we got to do something about it. We'll talk about that a little bit. Next slide, please. All right, new listings. As you guys can kind of see the trajectory, it's going up, right? We're seeing this back in 2012. Yeah, see that okay? We were at 4,000, just a little under 4,000 detached and a little over 1,500 in attached. Okay, so that's a lot of homes to sell. Then we saw COVID happen in 2021. Depends on when you define COVID, right? And then it went all the way down, and now it's starting to ramp up. So inventory is increasing. This is a good thing. All right, it is a good thing. Remember your complaints back in the day? How doing? No, you don't know that. Your complaints used to be there's nothing for us to sell. True or false? Right? No. Don't deny it. I remember you guys. We got nothing to sell, Mom. We got nothing to sell. Next slide. Well, we got things to sell. So pending is down 3.7% and down 9% in attached. So we can see that this market is being affected. And the bottom line is interest rates, in my opinion, have everything. Right? If we were at 3%, 3.5%, all these exact, it'd be a frenzy. I want to prepare you for that frenzy. Okay, we're all here. Thank God you're here. And congratulations for being here, by the way. All right, because 30% of the agents in our market are gone. Yeah. Right. Look, I'm pretty happy about it myself. Let's get the door. Mike, if you don't mind. Libby. Libby. Hi, Libby.
Hi.
You're usually on time. What's going on here?
I was in quiet.
Okay, she's making money. That's the best thing you can ever tell a broker. Ever.
She was also talking to me. too.
All right. She's working. Try to find a seat here, Libby, if you don't mind. Try it, if you don't mind.
I brought a basket to wrap clock for the end of.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. I got some t-shirts to give away. I think TG and And Great Red have some t-shirts. So we got some things for you guys, right? We still have Cahoots, by the way. You guys like that game Cahoots? Yeah? You guys okay with that? You guys like making money? I mean, what do I gotta give away these days, right? Next slide. Oh, shit. You guys better get to work. I'm gonna give away a car. All right, so real quick, sorry guys, I'm running through these really quicker. Closed sales down 14% attached, 7%. Down, sales are down. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. This is the ugly, it's getting ugly. Sales are down. And a lot of brokerages are suffering. If you think you're doing bad, how do you think brokers are doing? Right? That's just true. True. Next.
Not you.
No, thank you, because I had you. I swear to God, I believe this in my core, by the way. I believe I have the best agents in the business. I'm convinced of it. The numbers speak for that, by the way. The numbers, we're gonna get to the numbers. Yes. Do you guys want to hear a little bit more about the brokerage and the broker a little bit after these slides? Is that okay with you guys? You guys want to know how we're doing? Next slide, please. Let's hurry up. Let's get to the total market. Let's get the thing going. Next slide, next slide, next slide. Okay. Slow down just a tad, one more. Okay, inventory, as you guys can see, you know, it's going up, right? Inventory is at 300, wow. 3,500 detached, 2,500 attached. Holy wow, that's 6,000 listings. Did you guys hear that? 6,000. Does anybody probably have a clue what it was in 2021 or 2022? You have an idea?
About 3,000.
About half. About half. So we're up 50% in inventory. All right, so you're gonna get to the next slide. We're gonna get to the total. One more. Okay, so wait, go back one. Go back. Sorry, Sam. Okay, so this is what I was talking about earlier. Days on market and month of supply has changed. It's changed. If you can see, look at it's climbing up. We used to be at, do you guys remember during the like no inventory days? It was less than 1 month inventory. Do you guys know what that means? Which means if you guys stop listing homes and everybody stops listing homes, within 1 month, we'd run out of listings. That's how that works with months of supply. We're at almost 3 months of supply. Okay, so I don't want to hear about you don't have any things to sell. Definitely a lot of homes to sell now. Okay, and did we not kind of switch into a buyer's market? Right? I would say it's a buyer's market, to be quite honest with you. I'm seeing the transactions, and I see a lot of intentions. I'm seeing the transactions, and the buyers are now walking through the door, they're kicking it down, and they're saying, I want this, I want that, I want this, and I want that. Did they have that opportunity about 3-4 years ago? No. They had a home, they had a cracked slab, buying it as is, and you better close in 10 days. No, seriously, that was really, really hard to negotiate something for your buyers. True or false? Okay, so we got, I know, it's getting tight in here. I'm so sorry,
That's
guys.
okay, can you wait just a second? If you have an empty chair, can you raise your hand next to you, okay, so there's plenty back there, so if you guys can bring your back there. All the way through.
There's one up front. Good.
You got 4 chairs back here at that table.
All right, there's a couple back there too, so if anybody, I think we're good. Good. No, thank you, Jeff Hans. Jeff Hans just went on like a 3-month vacation, guys. I tease him because I'm jealous, just so you know. Okay, next slide, please. Just gonna go to the total market overview, just as a, bird's eye view of what's going on in the market. All right, if you didn't pay attention to the other 7 slides, this is just pay attention to this. Closed sales down 10%, down 10%, down 2.7 year to date. Okay, transactions are getting less and less and less. Okay, now the fun part. Go to my next slide, please. All right, we're going to talk about our brokers. We're going to talk about the good and a little bit of the other. All right, this is the truth. All right, you guys know I pride myself on my agents. You guys know that you outperform your competition 2 to 1. You know that, right? You do know that, right? Okay, which means as any other competitor in your market, you are literally doubling your sales. And to me, it's very easy because I look at a RE/MAX agent a little different than most. I look at a Remax agent, first of all, Remax Connections agent is a little bit different than a Remax agent, in my opinion, because I have high standards. And that's why you guys always give the compliments, oh my God, we have such great people in here. I'm selfish. I don't want to be around negativity. I don't. I don't want to be around people that don't produce, to be quite honest with you. I want to be around people that have high integrity, because that's a non-negotiable for me. You guys know the mission, vision, values, and everyone fits the bill. I can promise you, because I've sat down with each and every, I know my agents. I know my agents. I will continue to know my agents. And that's something I'm very, very, very proud of. With that being said, finding a great agent right now is literally looking for a needle in haystacks. Literally right now. And you guys know, because you have transactional problems. Walt, have you been busier than you ever have in your entire life? Or Walt? I try to get him to kind of slow down and he ramps back up. Okay, why are we dealing with transactional problems? There you go. What defines a bad agent, Gene? You don't mind.
They work on Walmart.
There's some truth to that. They have part-time jobs. Maria, please.
They're selling really fast on its own and not having to troubleshoot and be proactive and
Did you hear that? That was bingo, bingo, bingo. T-shirt from Maria.
And they're lousy communicate.
They don't communicate.
Never answer their phone.
They never, guess what? Here's the biggest thing. Here's the biggest thing. All the things that you guys said, absolutely applaud them. The biggest thing that I have an issue with, they go dark.
Yeah.
Whenever there's an issue, they go dark. You can't get a hold of them.
Yeah.
So guess who looks incompetent? You. You dealt with them. It's your client. And hey, at the end of the day, that's your colleague. All right. So that's where we got to get involved. That's why I tell you, make sure you know who you're working with. And I'm not going to knock the cloud brokerages, but I'm going to knock the cloud brokerages just for a second. Just for a second. The broker doesn't know their agents.
No, he does.
How can you? You're filling out a form online. Yeah, you've been accepted. What? Where is the interview process? Do you know right now? Honest to goodness. The people that are working with me can see that and they know it. 8 out of 10 of my interviews right now, they don't fit the bill. 8 out of 10. That's a high number. One either doesn't like me or I don't want that. No, I don't joke. But seriously, that's what's going on. So I want to show you this. This is a little bit of the other. So we have 138 agents right now. Okay, do you remember the number last year?
180?
150. Okay, 150. We're at 111. Now, that doesn't take into account we have about 26 referral agents. See what's going on in our industry?
We're retiring.
Yeah.
There we go.
We're retiring.
You're retiring. Well, here's the thing. I don't mind. I love, actually, you know what? I hope to be in your position one day. If you're ready to retire, I hope to be in your position. I'll tell you what. That means your priorities have changed. Your priorities of building a business is no longer as important as being with your grandchildren. Here and there, right? I understand that. I respect that. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. I counted on your production to run this brokerage. All right. If you guys don't know the number, Emily knows to the penny how much it costs to run this brokerage. It's near $2 million a year. That's the truth. All right. I'm going to just tell you the truth. Now, agents at 111, we're down 14 that either retired, left the country, left the state. Seriously, I've had it all. I mean, you know what? Again, I'm happy that they're moving on. But again, I'm sad to lose not only them, but their production. That's the truth. So, yeah, that is a problem. And so, I plead to you, if you come across a good agent and you know they fit the bill, which means it's my non-negotiables, integrity, positive attitude, learning base, right? Perseverance. They have to persevere. They can't just quit on me, All these things, please. And some of you have, by the way. Some of you have. That's the ultimate compliment you can give. Don't tell me you love me, show me you love me. There's 2 ways to show me you love me. Be a productive agent, I know you love me. And use my ancillary services. That's why I'm around. You think my hand is in your pocket? I understand. Come on, man. I'm an agent. My hand is in your pocket. I know how that's like. Oh, but you know, my wife's driving that car because of the split he gives me. Shit. Yeah, I am. No, but that's the truth is I have other investments, thank God, that are much, much more profitable than this company. And the reason why I mention that is, look, I love what I do. If you guys have noticed that in the past 7 years, or the people that have been with me for years, I wouldn't do anything other than what I'm doing right now. I feel like this is my platform. This is my platform to give you information, be transparent, and have your back. And hopefully, over the last few years, you've noticed that I have your back. We have your back when it comes down to risk management. We have your back when it comes down to marketing. We have your back when it comes down to running a business. I think I know a little bit about running a business. I'm against the grain here. Okay, we're 93%. I just read a report. 93% of brokerages are running in the red. 93%. Okay, the only one staying afloat is because they have ancillary services. That's the truth. That's the truth behind the lies. They give you some shiny objects saying, here, come look at here. Come join our brokerage. We're this and that. We're this and that. I'm telling you right now, they will not survive without ancillary services, or they're on 50-50 splits. There's no other way. There's no other way. You can't provide all of that without getting some revenue. So I appreciate it. Let me tell you something right now. I can't give you the percentage because I don't know how legal it is, but we're near like 90-something% of you using our ancillary services. But out of my heart, I'm in business because of you. That's the truth. I'm in business because of you. Now, you saw that agent counts down. Average commission. Remember, this is year to date. This has nothing to do with year. Okay, this is not annual. This is from January to May. All right. Now, at January to May, we're about 5 million in GCI as a total. That's gonna go way up, by the way. There's a couple people in this room that get some big transactions.
Yeah.
You guys want to know who?
Yeah.
I know, right?
We went to the open house.
Michelle, please stand up for just a quick second. Let me embarrass her. She was playing pickleball, so I gotta throw her out there. Michelle just closed a near $6 million transaction. Believe it or not, that wasn't the highest transaction. Andy Chan just closed one that was near $7 million. Play ball, eat my ass, girl. Let's go! Let's go! Seriously, appreciate that. But anyway, down, transactions down, average transaction per agent down. Right now, around this time, it should have been around 3-ish, right? About 3-ish. So which means as the average agent in our company would have already closed 3 deals from January to May, which is pretty average because at the end of the day, our average agent closes 6.8 transactions and they do about $132,000 GCI. Give yourselves a round of applause. The average next state best, you know. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Did you hear that statistic? You guys are making 6 figures in one of the worst markets I've ever seen in my life. 29 years, buddy. And I look at my younger agents and I gotta tell you how I feel about it. You see, I see myself in this. I remember when I was 21 years old in this business. You remember? I think you remember, right? It was scary, wasn't it? Not only was it scary, you didn't know what you didn't know. That's the best part. Right? You didn't know. So when I hang out with some of my younger folk, right? Hey, what do you got? What's new? What's it? Am I lame? Yeah. How's the shoes? I'm seriously, I'm asking them, I'm probing them questions. Hey, what's new and what's the greatest? What are you guys seeing with those 2 eyes? I'm probing them. Okay, I'm probing them all the time. What's the newest system? What does that look like? What's marketing look like? How's Google Play Complex working for you? How's that work with social media? What's going on? What's the latest social media? Look, I'm here to just let the cat off the bag. All right. I found out from my younger folk. All right. They ran away from you from Facebook, just so you know. They literally ran away from you. I'll tell you why. Very simple. You were a Facebook friend of theirs, okay? And they had Aunt Susie from Toledo that they haven't talked to in 5 to 7 years. right? Now, the niece is like, she's got a friend request from my uncle or aunt, right? I haven't talked to them in 5 years. Should I accept them? They're like, shit, if I don't, I'll get in trouble for mom. Accept. Now, uncle or aunt Susie from Toledo, she's like, oh my God, I get to reconnect with my niece. Every half hour, she's sending her a message, and hey, by the way, we're gonna be doing this. And now niece is like, shit, I gotta jump platforms because this is getting a little too tiring, right? They jump platforms, they start going to Instagram, and now you guys are following to Instagram. So they're running around, they're like, hey, what do we gotta go? Snapchat? What do I gotta do? Seriously, what do we gotta do? I'm not saying that as a bad thing, I'm saying it's just calm it down, right? Just calm it down a little bit. With the comments and some of the political movements that you guys are putting out, you guys are chasing them away. That's the truth. Now I hang out with my older people at all times, and I'm gonna tell you why. I learn from you. I learned what not to do. You guys have been through the trenches. You guys have been through the good, the bad, and the ugly. Mike, be careful of this. Remember that? Yeah, I do remember 08. All right, I learned from you. I will continue to learn from you because I don't know it all. I'm still learning. I've only been in the business 7 years, guys. 7 years. Can you imagine this brokerage in another 7 years? I see the yes. Is that, do you think it's gonna go up or down now? Because because of my non-negotiables. So if you see a great agent.
That was because the agents are leaving the industry.
Well, you got a lot of things, right? There's a lot of things going on in our industry. And at the end of the day, I think there's some really good stuff going on. And we gotta pay attention to the good, put our blinders on. Put our blinders on and really put our earplugs in. Don't listen to the news. Don't listen to this stuff. You guys gotta be the communicators to your clients. All right? Don't let the news dictate what we feel about this industry, right? You gotta be the outlet. So when I say to you, make video on Instagram, and I say make videos on Facebook and do YouTube videos, it's for a reason. You gotta educate your clients because if you don't, then you lose somebody else. So again, video. Let's go. Get with the program. All right, next slide, please. This is how you kind of match up against other RE/MAX agents. Okay, this is a geo comparison of commission per agent. That is in the green. We're in the red. You can see they had us beat a little bit, and then we've been crushing them. So we're actually doing better than RE/MAX, other RE/MAX agents, just so you understand. That's how good this group is. Next slide, please. All right, this is an agent office count. You guys know, it's pretty low right now. We're still doing better than the average RE/MAX connections agents. Next slide, please. Okay. Thanks, bro. Transactions, we are pretty much in line right now with the industry average transactions per agent on average. Remember, our transactions, it's not fair to compare us with homes in Michigan, just so you know. I mean, my average, God, I'm laughing right now, but during the dark times of this industry, it was literally average sales price was about $120,000. All right, our average is much higher; it's almost 900,000. With that being said, there's going to be slower and lower transactions compared to the nation. Just understand that, and we're still matching up. Next slide. Again, volume per transaction, we're way over the average. Again, this might be for California. I'm not exactly sure. I just got this from Ronnie. But the bottom line is we're higher than everybody else thinks. All right, and then volume per agent, again, we're in red. We're higher than the national average of RE/MAX agents. We're not comparing ourselves with others. We're comparing ourselves with ourselves. Next slide, please. All right, age commission. Okay, here we go. Here we go. You're gonna find out about what's going on in the room right now. All right, 35 and under, we have 14. All right, that's great. Now, 36 to 50, which is kind of the majority, we're looking around 25, not the majority, but higher up. And again, right now, year to date, they've made over $50,000, about 49,000. But look at this. Look at my seniors. 51 to 64. Let's go. I'll lay down the cusp, okay? I'll lay down the cusp. All right, right here. Did, I think I made my own category right here. Look, I relate the most, Sorry, guys, There's a fine line, right? Right now, I'm just kind of like, shit. No, but seriously, I relate a lot with my Gen Xers. Who's my Gen Xers? Let's go. Are you sure, David? No, sure. I like him. He's Gen X, for sure. But no, seriously, the Gen Xers are probably in this category and slightly in this category. And the bottom line is, you guys are outperforming everybody. It's the truth. All right, they say, oh, older. Yeah, older means wiser, smarter, and producing more. Great, yeah, I'd rather be older too. So stop knocking my older folk. Okay, so seriously, stop. 65 plus. Senior abuse. Okay, since he's finally complained. All right, love it. Next slide, please. Okay, hold on. Go back. Sit. You're not 65.
I'm 70.
All right.
Yeah.
It was 65. You're not doing as good as the 51 to 65. Okay. No, just kidding. No, you guys are doing great. You guys are doing amazing. Bottom line is 2.5 for transactions year to date. January to May. That's actually very impressive. Very impressive. Go seniors. Next time.
Yeah, we're on social security. Yeah.
That's true. That's the problem. You guys get supplemental income. I need you guys broke for a second, okay? Let's just help me when you're broke, just so you know. No, look, again, I'm not gonna.
Are good for being on oxygen.
Cut me off. All right. Look, battery's dead. Look, here's the truth, right? I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. You guys know this. Remax is still number one, regardless of what they tell you. Okay, I've heard number one brokerage. Yeah, Compass is the number one brokerage, which means is they're comparing them with me. I'm a brokerage. Each Remax office is individually and independently owned. You do know that, right?
Yes.
I own several Remax franchises. I shouldn't be compared with the Giants, right? That's not fair. But let's just go there. So our average Remax agent does 11.7 transactions. The nearest competitor is Compass at 6.2. You can see the bottom. Now here's why I bring this up. This is why it's so important to you. And this is why it should be very important to you if it hasn't already. You are the average of the people around you. True or false? True or false? The people that have been around on this earth for long enough realize it. Which means is you want better people in your group, therefore you can elevate yourself. That's a mindset of abundance. Get your mind out of the gutter with scarcity, saying, I want to be number one in my office, so I want all these deadbeats in my office. That's a terrible thing, right? That's why you're here. You're around other individuals that are taking this business serious, that this is their number one job and only job. This is their career. They protect it at all costs. They protect their reputation. That's why I feel so great about Remax agents. I really do. And again, I've been at other companies. I'm at Remax for a reason. I pay Remax almost $500,000 a year. $500,000 a year to keep the red, bright, and blue. Sometimes I want to kick it, but it is what it is. I believe in the brand, and I know you believe in the brand. That's why you're here. Next slide. Now, couple updates. If you guys want to, this is what Remax is doing, right? They want you to keep in touch with your clients. 65% of your business should come from your past clients. True or false?
If not more.
If not more. Well, some of you, it is more, and I'm trying to change it. Because I truly believe that only 60% of the business should come from your past clients. What are you doing to get new clients? What are you doing to actually make your presence known? Okay, don't be a secret agent anymore. Stop hiding. Literally, I need you guys on camera. I need you guys out there you know, in the public saying Remax, me, Bob Adams, you know, whoever, Judy Spain, it needs to be shouted out. Because they need to know who you are, and the way they know who you are is by your signs. Doing more business, the more business that's out there, the more you're gonna be represented and you're gonna be thought of. So bottom line is, this will keep you in touch with your clients, they can actually do it, streamline through your transactions, they'll know where they stand with their transactions. They will know if they wanna search, they can search, if they want to, you know, about their move. A lot of things, utilize this app, it keeps you in touch with your clients, I think it's very, very important. I know I'm running through a lot of stuff, but again, next slide, please. All right, you know, we've been talking about this luxury forum, try to make it, you can't, I understand, but it's in Texas, it's in Austin. And I think it's gonna be a lovely event. I think that we need to start elevating. Why do you think I'm pushing luxury? Does anybody have an idea?
Well, that's what we're there.
We live.
We're in San Diego, our average price point is 900,000. It's actually 1.4 when it comes down median sales price that's being sold there. So here's the bottom line. You gotta be well equipped with luxury. You have to be. It's no longer an option. It really isn't. When I came here in 2012, there was barely, you know, there was some luxury, I guess, but the average home was like 600,000. You know, I just think back and like, man, all this money. It was at 600,000. Your payroll was 1.2. I double and triple my income. That's the truth. As these prices go up, your commissions are not changing much, although the industry's taken a bath the way they're kind of giving themselves out. I don't believe in that. I know what you're worth. Do you know what you're worth? Let me ask you a question. Easier or harder? Mobile home to sell? She said no before I even started. She said no before I started. But it's hard to sell a mobile home. It is. So why would I tell you guys to go out there selling mobile homes? Hey, Jamie. So there's one seat back there. Yeah. There's one too. But here's the bottom line. Luxury, in my opinion, is easier. Did I repeat that? Selling luxury, in my opinion, is easier. It's easier. It's true or false?
True.
False. Why would you? Okay.
Clients are way more than.
That's what you tell yourself.
We'll
We'll get to debates after.
done this for 36 years.
Everybody's shaking no. Everybody's sorry. Ruled out. Alright, so here's the bottom line. Don't tell yourself this stuff, guys. Don't tell yourself this. Tell yourself it's easier. Even if it's harder, tell yourself it's easier. Because you're gonna chase yourself away from getting the business. What you tell yourself and what you believe to be true will be true. Perception is reality, right, Walt?
Yeah.
Perception is reality. If I believe it to be true, it will be true. Okay? Sorry, I didn't want to call anybody out there. I'm just saying in general. Tell yourselves that it's easier. That's all. Because I know what it takes to sell a mobile home. It's a lot of liability, a lot of problems, and the financing. Can you even get financing these days, Peter? I mean, it's tough.
You can, but it's not easy.
It's not easy. You just heard it from a lender. It's not easy. So why do I want you to concentrate on luxury? You're gonna get paid more.
Yeah.
Higher sales price, same commission, just about. You know, there's a little haircuts here and there you gotta do, but the bottom line is, I would rather make 100,000 than run my whole life down the ground for a $3,000 commission. We're answering the phones the same, are we not? Are we going through the late nights the same? We got a client that's gonna be out of the home, they can't buy a new home because they can't sell their home because the finance is an issue. Why do I wanna deal with those problems? I'd rather deal with things that I can foresee the problem, avoid it, and get it done. So my opinion is this is why I'm pushing you guys to a higher price point. I truly believe it's in your best interest to get a higher price point, and some of you have double, triple your average sales price. And I remember some of your conversations. Vivid. How do I get to the $1 million mark? Like, how do I get to the $2 million mark? Well, it's easy. You gotta look the part. First, you gotta look the part. Yes? Can we say yes to that? Don't tell yourself otherwise. Don't tell yourself otherwise. You gotta look the part. You gotta talk the part. You gotta be the part. They gotta like you, trust you, and believe that you're competent enough to get the job done. True or false? This business is much simpler than you make it, just so you understand. I see the comparisons between some of the people that are producing at high levels, and I see people that are not doing much. And you know what the difference is? Does anybody have an idea? Mindset for sure. They have a mindset of abundance. They don't have a mindset of scarcity. That's number one. Anybody else have an idea?
Drive. Drive.
There you go. Like
Drive.
grit, right? Drive. Shut. Okay.
You gotta want it.
Gotta want it. I'm gonna add one more. One more. This is what I see, the common thing between somebody producing at a high level and somebody that's not producing at a high level. They have more conversations. That's all it is. I keep things simple. They have more conversations, what leads into opportunities. Opportunities turn into transactions, true or false. Steve, deny it.
You have to put your blinders on and focus on what you're doing and not the news, the media. You have to educate your client and don't listen to the noise.
Bingo. Bingo. Okay. So all I'm here to tell you is, put your blinders on. Make sure that you guys have more conversations, because conversations turn into opportunities. That's all it is. Have more opportunities, talk to more people, have more conversations. And I think to me, that's more simple. Next slide. I think we're near the end. We're gonna talk about Great Wave in a second, but more than anything, I want to tell you about some changes too. So we're gonna announce a couple things, good things for the more trouble. We're trying to level up, right? As if you guys don't know, rates went from 3% to 7%. You think that's good or bad for mobile trouble? Very bad, right? You think we're hurting, you have no idea how bad you're hurting. Their report was like near 80% of mortgage companies. Out of this. No. Right? That number? Near 80%. Why do you think? Because it was so abundant. Everybody was refining their client 3-4 times within a 2-year span. They went from 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. I mean, these rates that some people have, they're not moving, guys, just so you know.
1.98.
1 year, 1.98. Lowest I heard was 2.240, but 1.98. Think about mine. These are they're not gonna move. Unless there's a life event. A life event takes place, then they're moving, right? They get divorced, there's a death in the family, or they get a relocation. They're not moving. And that's the bottom line. So we gotta just hang in there. Yeah, you gotta trust me when I say this. I am doubling down in this one. I'm not wavering. You know how many people told me shut down 2 offices? You saw the count, 111. Sorry, we're at 111 agents. Right? 111 active agents. That's not good. Okay, I have a lot of office rent, I have a lot of overhead, I got a lot of staff, I got a lot of things on. So the mortgage company is pretty much the same thing. So Matt and I got together. Right? We're like, what are we gonna do? So shelve that idea just for a quick second. For the Remax connections, this is what concerns you. I'm doubling down. I'm not running away from this money. I need to get back to the 160 mark, 170 mark. I need to get, we're prepped. Well, how many agents are we prepped for this organization? 33. There you go. Our staff, I'd say closer to 2, because I like my personal attention. Thank you. I do. I like that. To hell no. I'm not just trying to get you. I'm like, no. Bump those damn brakes. I need to be about 165 to 170. I'm talking 160 to 170, the best people in the industry. That's what I'm gonna put around me. That's who I want to put around me. So I'm looking at 2 acquisitions right. I've had 2 opportunities pretty much every quarter for the last 2 years. That's how bad things are out there. You know what I keep saying? No, thank you. You know why I say no, thank you? Because I know if there's another brand that doesn't go with the things that I know I'm looking for, engagement has no chance. It's hard to convert some of this mindset to a Remax agent, true or false. Very true. Very, I'm telling you right now, been around 29 years in this business, very, very difficult because they think in scarcity, they think in cost, right? Cost is their value. Well, value becomes a problem in the cost becomes a problem in the absence of value. If you don't have no value, then I don't wanna pay for it, but if there's value. I'm paying for it, nothing that you're gonna tell me can scare me ever, in an investment mindset that I have right now. You tell me something costs $1 million, I say, great, how do I get my million back? How do I make it 2? Where it costs sometimes in your business, because that's what you're doing. I believe this umbrella of RE/MAX is a business building businesses, true or false? Do you not run your own business? Those are the successful ones. They treat this like a business. Well, I'm treating this like a business and I'm doubling down. I need to buy another company. I don't know which, who, how, what. I'm looking at a couple of things. I'm very skeptical, obviously. This is a time for me to be in the buyer's market, right? All right, it's gotta be 1, 2, 3. Nope, see ya.
Yeah.
That's how I, because I care about the integrity of other agents. So that's what I'm doing for you. Okay, I'm keeping us alive. I don't think for not only you, I think about my employees, and I'm very, very clear on this. I take that very serious. Their livelihood is in my hands, and that's not an easy chore as a broker. The decisions I make on a daily basis really dictates the future of this company, true or false? Guys, there has been some sleepless nights. There's been some anxiety late at night. There's been can I get a break in this market? Kind of help me just a tad, but I can't count on it. I gotta count on my efforts. And the bottom line is, for their sake, I need to be at 100. For their sake, I know that. So great rate. I met Peter 10 years ago. Or check when I first moved there. We're neighbors. They're like
2008.
there you go, he remembers. 2000. So I remember him. I did business with him. Okay, sold him a house. Okay, he's been in the mortgage business and that. He's been through the ups and downs of the business. He's been through the good, the bad, the ugly. They got it through him and Chris. They know how to survive. They know how to thrive. And guess what? This is where it helps you. Guess what they thrive on? Guess what they actually build their business on? Lead generation. My number one theme in 2025, just so everybody understands where my brain is. Not the shiny objects, not the buildings, not the this, not the that. That is cool, and I'm glad to have them. I'm glad to provide them for you. But my number one focus in 2025 only is lead generation. How I got to figure it out. I'm not partnering with Zillow, so if you guys ask me to partner with Zillow, it's not going to happen. Not going to be a Zillow Flex office. It's not going to happen. Okay, I could have done that 7 years ago. They wanted to fly me out to Seattle. They wanted to do all this. They wanted to wine me and dine me. It wasn't working for me. I asked them one simple question. I asked them one question. If they didn't answer it the way I wanted to, there was no chance. I said, will you become a brokerage? They said, well, no, we're not gonna do that. Why would we compete with our own agents? It wouldn't work. They're our clients. I said, you sure? Because I see what you're going. I see the trajectory where it's headed. You guys are getting the leads, then you're selling the leads, you're doing all this. Why not keep the leads for yourself? Why not build a brokerage for yourself, right? We know that. You saw what they did. They went in and they got out of business because they don't know real estate. So I won't partner up with Zillow. None of that. I won't partner up with Redfin. I won't partner up with any of those, hey, give me some and I'll give you none. It's not gonna happen. It's gonna be with Google. Yes, it's gonna be with Google, it's gonna be with YouTube. It's gonna be with anything else that anybody can bring me that can be return on my investment for you. So that's what I'm gonna do for you in 2025. You're gonna hear more about lead generation and how to opt in, how to opt out and all that kind of stuff, because there's gonna be referral fees. They may not go to us, they may go to the company. All right, and I'm okay with paying a referral fee. Are you guys okay with paying a referral fee? Yeah? Okay. James got a stone face there. No, seriously, are you okay with paying a referral fee? Okay, you okay to pay a referral fee? Yeah, see, the smart people are like, how much do I gotta pay, Mike? Yeah. Some of the inexperienced are like, give me a deal. No, it's gonna be reasonable. It's gonna be reasonable, or else I won't partner up with that company. Or I won't actually do anything. But anyway, the mortgage company, to me, they're gonna create so much more opportunity because they have a lot of deals to pass out. And I'd rather pass out to my people. So with no further ado, Mr. Matt Morano, give him a planet, please, round of applause. This guy's a leader I love and trust. He was there for me, like loyalty, I'm not gonna tear up here, but I'm telling you right now, we have a history together. And I believe in loyalty. And him and I have been sitting down, what are we gonna do with the mortgage company? What's been going on? What, 2 years?
More than that, going.
It feels like, years, right? Seriously, it's been tough. Right? I'm not sure it could. It's been tough. But the bottom line is, this is what we came up with. We came up and said, hey, Matt, we tried every weekend with everyone. With no further ado, Matt, please give him the honors.
No, like I said, I mean, obviously, I mean, mortgage has been hit, escrow's hit, real estate's hit, I mean, everyone's been dealing with, the nature of our market. And we've really been trying to get into the details of what can we do to take the next level. I mean, is it hiring and going after like, headhunters, trying to find other companies? Is it getting into leads? Is it dumping more money into it? We looked at so many different options on how do we make this better to benefit you? Because again, the whole idea of Great Rate Home Loans from the get-go is we would be an ancillary service that's in-house to Remax. Yes, we work with other agents, but the idea is you guys are our focus. We want to work with you. We want you guys to get business because it benefits Mike, benefits us brokerage, and everyone grows cohesively. And so, like you said, he met Peter, what, 12 years ago?
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe it's actually 2012
Well,
or 13.
I'm Zoom.
So Mike's known Peter, who's also a lender in the industry. We've met a couple months back, we've talked, and like Mike said, we've interviewed a lot of companies because we've looked into acquisitions, mergers, money, other LOs, software, you name it. And what made the most sense was these two right here, who are pretty much, like he said, already at the height of lead generation. That's what they've been doing for the last 12 years. They've been successful at it. So what we've made the decision to do is we're actually gonna be merging with DG Funding.
Yeah.
Next slide, next slide. Now it's gonna be fun.
So I'm gonna introduce you guys, this is gonna be Chris Dolan
Yep.
and Peter Gotti, so you're gonna start seeing their faces around with me as well. Again, we have a full team, a lot more software, a lot more resources for state, for products, you name it. So we're essentially taking what would take me and Mike 3 to 5 years is what I would estimate
Minimum, about 5 to 7. in this.
overnight. They have software capability, they've got resources, they're bankers.
Mhm.
Yeah,
They're
they
broker
lend
and
their
banker.
own money, I mean, literally, like, they can hit whatever they want, and I'm
Instead of-
trying to throw them on the bus. They can hit the CD whenever they want to film the CD.
So
Seriously.
instead of me being on the phone saying, hey, I'm talking to closer, like wire should be out any minute, like I'm just waiting to hear back from them, it's no, send the money. They fund their own deal. Hey, disclosures need to go out, we do our disclosures. So we're no longer now having to wait on the back end and the details of brokering everything out, we're now in control.
Wow.
Yeah.
So,
Round of applause.
Does that mean that underwriters are on staff?
not yet.
Okay.
There are some in the works, and on top of that too, along with the, with those services. They have every possible resource you can think of.
Mhm.
I'm talking hard money, commercial, fix and flip, land. If they need the loan, we have an option.
Yep.
They were working with over 100 investors and wholesale lenders on top of that.
Non-QM is
That's their specialty.
Okay.
And that's why this marriage in a sort is what we thought was perfect blend because they're looking to grow. They have history in non-QM. And are trying to get into the conventional VA traditional space that we obviously deal with expansively. And as you guys have seen the last year or 2 years, how many more bank statement loans are we doing? P&L, non-QM, stated, just to get the deal done and like tell them, hey, just do this and we'll refi you in a couple months, rates come down. That's been the nature of our industry right now. And so to be able to tap into their resources and history of non-QM, which is something, I mean, 2 years ago, for example, I think we had 3 non-QM lenders we worked with. I'm up to 15 with Great Rate.
Mhm.
And again, and they have over 40 or 50 at least.
Yeah, we'll be able to bank those too.
And then
So you can actually bank those, so you're not brokering them out, so you're not hitting those timelines that you guys were talking about before.
So
So
when you say bank them, can you kind of?
Yeah, so banking means opposed to, traditionally how you guys were set up was as a broker. You have to take an application, you send it into the lender, takes them 24, 48 hours to disclose a loan. then it'll take another 24, 48 hours to get the loan into, underwriting processing. With us, we are the banker. We can disclose the loan. We have credit. We have a full app. We can do it immediately. So literally, if you get somebody to sit down and talk to us, an hour later, we can be disclosing the loan to them.
But the
Submitting the
Is that a
loan.
benefit?
Yeah.
So obviously,
Yeah.
control the big thing, but honestly, the biggest factor of this, which is why what me and Mike decided over a year ago, I think is what it was, is lead generation. How do we get leads? I mean, I looked into SEO, I looked into lead buy, I looked into companies, partnerships. And like I said, it's all new. For what it would take for me to learn all that versus that's been their business for 12 years, and we just gonna plug into that.
No-brainer.
It's a no-brainer.
No brainer.
Mhm.
Sorry. that is-
So, no, I wanna introduce you guys, so I wanna let them talk, just introduce themselves, give a little history about themselves.
Yeah, good to meet you all. Appreciate the opportunity. I'm Chris, Pete. Yeah, look, it's kind of prepared. We're sure, how long Mike would talk. Very good.
2 more minutes, wrap it up.
Yeah, really good speaker. That was awesome. Yeah, I'm one of the founders. Pete and I started this place in 2012. A little about me from Washington. Went to live in North County, got 3 daughters, been in this industry since '06. And really, we started our company in 12. I worked for a private brokerage, my first job. My second job was a brokerage that converted into basically like a retail lender, right? So think like US Bank, think Wells. We've seen like the landscape of companies out there, right? Whether it's a one shop brokerage, like a one-man shop, he's outsourcing processing and God knows what else to other places, not in his control. That's probably one end of the spectrum. There's a lot of decentralized brokers out there too. Think of C2, think some of these larger brokers, or pretty much every LO is like working out of the home office. Again, not a lot of control, just not a lot of organization. Anything can really happen. Really, other end of the spectrum is going to be like the US Bank, Wells Fargo, B of A, Loan Depot, Quicken, what have you. Also kind of a wild card, man, right? Because a lot of these guys get paid like 10, 15 bucks an hour. Their commission incentives are not great. Therefore, they're incentivized to do a great job. And their product mix and whatnot, ability to do non-QM loans, and that sort of stuff is like pretty reduced. So with all that being said, like when we started our company in 2012, the 2 of us, like the idea really was just to build like a better company that pretty much kind of took care of the concerns that you guys have as agents, right? So that you guys could get buyers more qualified, get deals done quicker. I've heard communication is an issue in transactions. Not an issue with us, so we're always on the phone, we've got processors inside, really good crew. Anyways, long story short, 2012 to now, we've probably done about 3,000 transactions, we've got about 755 star reviews online. We know what we're doing, we're very excited for this opportunity, like couldn't be more happy and appreciative of it, so we just asked you to give us a shot, we'll show you what we can do. And again, lead gen is not something that we're very good at, but whatever it is, we want to support you guys, help you guys make more money, help us all grow together, so, thanks.
I don't have much to add to that. Again, just kind of quick, couple ways that we want to help you guys, right? Develop like strategic lead generation, co-marketing opportunities, and ensure just lender responsiveness. That's what we're here to do. We understand how important when you guys get a lead, turning that into a client, making sure it's a seamless transaction, and what can we do to help you? We understand, right? You guys sitting out there, what can we do to help you? How is this going to help your business? Like, congratulations that we have the partnership, but how does that affect me, right? Sitting there. We want to show you how we can do that. So, at some point, if we can maybe meet up with you guys, see how we can help build your business, we're more than happy to invest in you to get more transactions.
Let's go. Appreciate you guys. Look, food's coming out. All right, I'm gonna feed you. But look, go ahead.
What's the name gonna be? Is it gonna still be Great Ring or?
It's gonna be DG Funding. DG Funding. They have a bigger base. They have a lot more control when it comes down to like. Selling.
I'm talking all these sweatshirts that.
I know. We're gonna have to. They got some t-shirts, right? But look, really quick before the food comes, if you don't mind, Sam, I want to get to our top 15.
Yes.
All right, let's get to our top 15. We have to, and we got some questions too, right? We're gonna.
Save them. We can
What's-
save them for next month.
All right. You guys want Kahoot questions after this, or is it too much for you? I mean, I don't know. You want some questions? Kahoot questions. It's where you can make money. Make money. Save it. Save it, save it, save it. Top 15, May 2025. If you're in this room, all I ask is you stand and be recognized. Is that okay? You stand and be recognized? All right. Who's on my top 15? Let's find out. We got Jill Stady, Rick McKinnon, and John Zena. Number 15, we got Nancy Carter. Number 14, we have Drew Lovell. Young Buck in the house. Number 13. Number 12 is Jill Bonner in the house. Number 11, we have Judy Spady. Yeah, long time, guys. Kids. Appreciate you, Joe. All right, Kay Murgus, Kay here. Let's go, Kay. Zero Scary. Stop selling orders. Number 10. Eric Thrasher. About 2 months in the company. It's about a funny story. I'm so sorry. Hey, you would call me all the time. You don't ever call. But I love him. I love him. It's okay. And it's like, Eric, just hang in there, buddy. I know you're coming from a different Indiana's much different than San Diego, is it not?
Yeah.
I said, be careful, just keep plugging at it, brother. Are you sure? Are you sure? Just keep doing what you're doing. Now you're at number 9.
Yeah.
It's Media in the house. You're jumping the regular over there. That's awesome. Mickey Roberts. Not about our patience, then he's got to run out of here, you know? Number 6, Steve Beller. Steve Beller in the house. Oh, Steve. That's consistent, man. Number 5. Is Dion here? No, Vivian. Number 4. Alex Abud. Number 3, we have Lisa Herman. Good job. Number 2, Russ Taylor. I don't even know who's number 1, but I can only imagine who's number 1. Number 1? Oh no! Let's go! I'll put it to the top 15. So this is what it's gonna look like May 2025. He's there and I social media now. That's the top 15. Here's the date. Really quick. We have our honorable mention. Let's go. Number 15, we have Scott Ray. Number 14, Pepper Pena Dickian. Versus Kendall. Yeah. Let's go. Number 13, Mario Montana. Number 12, Alex Abud. Number 11, Spencer Santos. Number 9, John Beebe. Lisa Hernan. Number 7, we have Vicky Bartle. Number 6, we have Diane Connolly. Top 5, Tamer. Mickey Roberts. Steve Beller. Michelle Warner. Number 1. We can't get. Thank you. Thank you. Thank everybody for sticking around. And obviously I want to feed you guys. And I appreciate everybody's patience. And thanks for the love and trust. I don't take that lightly, I promise you guys. You put anything? I think we're good. All right, good. All right, guys, you can celebrate. Shake hands and kiss babies.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? All right. Good to see you. Congratulations.
Let's log in. Thank you. Thank you, Jill.
I'm so glad I didn't have to do it.
Just end this, right?
Yeah.